Welcome to Paxa Rubiana here from the Radetzky Monument and the Austrian Ministry of War. It's no longer the Austrian Imperial Ministry of War, it's just a building, and now it's the Ministry of Economy and Labor, and many other important institutions are sitting here. And here in front of this ministry, where the decision for the war against Serbia was done and the First World War was started. And here at the Radetzky Monument I call for a united Europe, all European Union in NATO, and Austria and Malta, Cyprus and also Ireland to join NATO. It's now time to be united. The Russian war against Ukraine and against the Western system and against free Europe is not leaving any other alternative. Neutrality, I'm really surprised that it's so entrenched in neutrality. I don't think Mr. Radetzky, Field Marshal Radetzky, would have had any concept of neutrality. Definitely not. He was the Austrian governor of northern Italy. That's, by the way, NATO Italy. And he was certainly not for neutrality. And we were never neutral in history. We were also not very good in military terms. He was probably the last one who was a significant military hero of Austria. And actually he was also subduing mostly his own population. And for Austria, really, the appropriate thing is to join NATO and to be part of the West fully. And to overcome all our original sins of anti-Semitism, anti-capitalism and anti-Americanism, protectionism and arrogance. Because Austrian arrogance is also a big fundamental problem of the Austrian psyche and the Austrian political elite. Because they think that Austria is something better than the rest of the Europeans or something smarter because we have a special way to peace or a special connection to God, I don't know, apostolic neutrality. No, we should be just a normal part of a solidarity-based European Union and everybody in the NATO secure because we are united. We can deter our enemies and we can secure peace, as NATO is doing since 1949. And that's, I think, the logic of the past, and that's the way for peace. And I hope that we will also, like Hungary, like Slovenia, like Croatia, like Montenegro, like Macedonia, like Germany, like France, and like 32 other nations join NATO now. And if anybody can explain me what's the reason for neutrality, I'm really very interested to learn any argument which could be meaningful. I hear active neutrality. I wonder what that is exactly. I've not seen it in my lifetime here in Austria. But when it means something like anti-Americanism or orienting the European Union against America, or somehow being a separate superpower far away from America, or something like this, I'm absolutely against it. Of course, the NATO should have a strong pillar. That means a pillar of defense of Europe, and that's very good. But we should be united with our American partners and allies and friends, and by the way, also conclude a free trade agreement. I think that's very logical. That should be also the conclusion out of our tragic history and our complicated present. I think more unity is the answer to Russian war of aggression against Ukraine, and I'm calling for that. And in the name of Radetzky, I'm hoping that there will be wisdom and clarity and thanks and union, and of course Kosovo, Bosnia and Austria united in NATO and in the EU, of course, would be something very logically for anybody who knows European history, and Mr. Field Marshal Radetzky would be very happy about that development. I'm confident. Thanks a lot for the first 100 signatures in the first week, and more to come here from Paxa Rubiana on the way to NATO. Austria will be also part of NATO. You will see by 2024 Austria will be full member of NATO. Mark my words, it will happen, and I'm confident this is the best way for security and for solidarity of Austria. Thanks a lot. Bye.